there is an antimicrobial effect of alcohol. It just has to be at a high enough percent. Hope that answers.
I was just curious if there was any truth.
Yeah, there is some truth to it. You bet. There's usually truth to most, like, wives' tales and things. I mean, and some of them, there's a lot of truth to. It just depends, you know, and some of them are misinterpreted, some of them, yeah. Anybody else?
You said ethanol is the most common. Isn't like moonshine methanol?
No.
What is
No, it's a good question, though. So let me just really quickly explain this. So what our liver cells do in this direction, yeast cells do in the opposite direction. So yeast take pyruvate and convert it, sorry, where am I going? Yeast take pyruvate and convert it to acetaldehyde and convert it to ethanol. So it's called alcoholic fermentation. So the yeast do it because they don't have any way to use their ETC, their electron transport chain, because they don't have any oxygen. And so like the wine bottles that we're making in micro right now, we put stoppers in them with water in a little tube so that only gases can exit but they can't enter. So we stop the yeast from being able to do aerobic sort of processes. And so what they do is they make ethanol instead. And so with moonshine, what can sometimes happen is that an undesirable side reaction can produce some methanol. And if it does, it often has been known to cause blindness and even death. So, if you're illegally making moonshine, which I'm not condoning, I'm just saying you could, make sure that you aren't take it into the chem lab, make sure you do some GCMS, and make sure you're not getting methanol, because that'll make you blind.
testing like that.
Yeah.
So when it really comes to practice, I can't see.
Yeah. So, let's see. If you're making your own booze, let's stick to ethanol, no methanol. Yeah. But, you know, on another note, if you guys have, like, fellow athletes you get concerned about, you know, if this is becoming, like, if you are thinking, man, so-and-so is, like, drinking too much, and this is not getting better, or it's not, you know, because it's a fine line. Like, honestly, it's sort of like this spectrum where, like, over on one far side you have college student, alcoholic. You know? I mean, it's so blurry between college student and alcoholic, and sometimes it's hard to tell, you know? And so, you know, if you think it's blurred into the, you know, and you want to talk about it, just holler, you know. We can try some things and help, probably, you know. Usually when you're young enough, you can catch it and help people out. Any more moonshine questions? We're thinking about doing some hard cider.
And knitting today?
Because that's... Oh yeah, that's right, you were there. I've got some wine down there that I need to look at it and see if it's any good. But
Last up was terrible.
last up was terrible. We had to pitch it. Probably have to pitch this too. So, be sensible. Think about your poor ADH enzyme that is your hero, and treat it right. You know, think of the Pat Benatar song that my uncle wrote. Treat me right. You know that one? Oh, anyway, go off and do good work. Change the world. I don't know.